Hey there, everybody. We are here at the first annual MADE show in Portland, Oregon, an amazing collection of bikes. In this video, I'm going to focus on cool bike accessories and bags. So let's go check it out. Okay, Igor, what do you have here? This looks like something a lot of people want to know about.
Yes. So this is the GrowTech Equal control levers. And so basically the cool thing about this is they have a system inside of it that allows you to both do index, can't be Shimano, SRAM, whatever, but it's also friction.
Oh.
So you can set it up however you want. And so we only have the right one, but imagine this, just copy and paste it over here. It's the same.
That's interesting. I'd heard that it was going to be friction. I didn't know that they were going to allow like some indexing as well.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that there's going to be gear inside. You just kind of pop it off, and they're going to have a variety for 10, 11, 12,
Okay.
I guess 13, 14, whatever.
Cool.
Whatever comes out, which is nice that it's all integrated and you can adjust it.
Yeah. Okay, try.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to describe the feeling. Lever feels really good. It's kind of on the smaller side. It doesn't have like the tower of power like SRAM. Very campy-esque with the button placement here, although it's more of a heart shape than it is just like a little stub. And what's interesting is that it's completely frictionless right now. There's no indents. So it's as if you had a index shifter, but you broke the internals and it just, oh, okay. So as I'm going like this, the pull starts to get a little bit shorter. So that means it's at whatever end of the cable pull, and this will release it. Huh. When do we get them?
I'm not sure exactly, to be honest with you. They're still in the prototyping phase. I think this is the second iteration.
Okay.
They're still working on another one
Yeah.
to make sure everything is right. So yeah, hopefully we'll see them maybe a year from now.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure.
So the cable cherry is a little aluminum sphere that's a reusable cable end, and also a really handy little handle so that you can grab your cable and make easy adjustments. I made the first one with a hand drill when I was really frustrated. I was out of cable crimps and needed to adjust my cables, and then from there it just snowballed into a full operation. And they come in a bunch of different colors.
Did you ever think like such a small little accessory would turn into a full-blown business?
No, I really didn't. It was a big experiment when it started out, and just to get the first run made felt huge for me. Like not coming from a manufacturing background, and so, having that sell out in that first year was giving me a lot of momentum, and yeah, really, your channel has been really helpful just to like show people what this weird little thing is. So this is the link wrench. So this is just a lightweight, double-ended, you could call it triple-ended, 8, 9 millimeter and 10 millimeter wrench. It's titanium, and it comes with this 500-pound tensile Dyneema cord that you can actually wrap around a master link and open your master link. So I don't, like on bikepacking trips, I don't carry any other kind of master link opener, like a wolf tooth pack plier. This is just super light, and if you have a rack, it makes it really easy to adjust your rack.
This is my rip rack, which has dedicated mounting points for walled baskets, walled 137 half baskets, or full size, or walled 139 half baskets.
Yeah.
So we have these locally machined bits of hardware here that is a high and low setting, and you can rotate the top tombstone to adjust for which rack platform you're using.
Okay.
But this is just something to eliminate zip ties, make a nice modular platform, and just a really pretty square, I think. This is my fun little display here for a new bag cradle I'm working on.
Okay.
So the point is it's adjustable, and it's pretty modular. So I have a couple set up over on this bicycle.
Yeah.
It can work on the front or the rear. It's adjustable in height. So any of these holes along the backside here
Right.
can be mounted to the stem, and you can articulate the angle. So for bikes with short head tubes or suspension bikes where you're worried the fork crown may interfere with the front rack, you can kick this out and get it out of the way while still affording a lightweight platform to strap things to.
Right.
Just adding a little bit more rigidity. And then with a spacer on the rear, you can attach it onto your seat post as well.
Hey there everybody, if you guys have been enjoying our coverage from the Made Show, please consider supporting the channel by joining us on Patreon or picking up some stickers or grips at the merch store. Every bit helps and lets us continue this independent bike coverage. Let's get back to the episode.
But what we have is a thermal moldable saddle. Basically, it gives us the ability to heat the saddle up and mold it to you on your own bicycle. We are actually forming the carbon shell, which allows us to maintain a uniform foam density. So process is super simple. Get the saddle on your bike, get it in a position you're happy with. And then from there, you can either put your bike in a trainer or just lean it against the front door. We've actually got a little heating element built in, and you got a plug right there. And you plug it in, takes about 5 minutes to heat it up. Then you pedal your bike for another 5 minutes, and as it cools down, it is your, well, it isn't, you're actually imprinting your form into the saddle.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be contoured perfectly to you on your own bike in your own unique riding position. You can mold it multiple times if you change bikes, recover from surgery, drastically change your fit.
Yeah.
But because it's molded to you on your own bike, you're going to hit it out of the gate on the first try.
So Rin Sports is most well known for inverted suspension. One really cool thing about inverted suspension forks is that if you were to put a rack on them and the fork moves, the rack doesn't move, it stays the same. And you also don't load the suspension mechanics when you load your rack. So it's still very light down here at the axle, so it wants to engage really readily. It's a really good thing for a bike packer or a tourer because it's very receptive to small bumps. Yeah, so you have basically 3 mounting points and 2 to the chassis and 1 that's essentially, think of it like a carbon steerer plug, but it's much burlier and for a tapered steerer.
Okay.
And we wanted to make sure that these clamps also served double duty as Bottle Boss
Okay.
systems.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of aftermarket kind of ways to put Bottle Bosses on your fork, but
Right.
after doing the Baja Divide with that, my fork was just really ate up.
Yeah.
So I put some distance between them and the rest of the bike so that you can have those clearances. It's not marring your fork up.
Yeah.
And again, these rails are what I was talking about earlier. They also directly mount vertically down into the top so that you can mount a wire basket,
Okay. Yeah.
a milk crate, any of that sort of stuff.
These are my Thai drop bars. I'm releasing them here. They're a brand new product. I've been trying to figure out how to do a in-house drop bar for a long time. That's like a traditional drop bar.
Yeah.
And finally kind of figure out how to execute it. This is what I came up with a 3D printed corner here.
Okay.
And there's some other magic going on in here, but I'm pretty excited about it being like a easily customizable for width and
Okay.
for flare angles, which is kind of cool.
Like extend the length of this, put the corner on, and then the drop part.
Exactly. Yeah. Cut the tops to whatever, and then when I put the drops in, then I can just lock the flare. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I like that the drops are fairly shallow. It's not like super aspirational deep drops, but actually functional ones.
Yes, I am. I mean, you can see by my bikes, I like big tires. I ride pretty rough terrain.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go win some roady gravel race, and if I'm going to be in the drops, I don't want to be ass over teacup. And so yeah, I tried to get as shallow of a drop as I could, but still with going for a parallel drop. I love a rando bar, how it feels, but there's a couple things that I wanted to tweak with it.
So these are the super fun handmade, hand hammered, and then also hand engraved bells I make. The stem caps are also hand engraving, and then turquoise inlays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How long does it take to do a bell?
Oh, it depends on the design, but yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. Do you have set designs when you do the bells, or do you and the stem caps, or do you just kind of play by ear?
Yeah, just kind of random. I like these cactus ones. Yeah, I draw a little bit before I start engraving. Yeah, but these are kind of random, especially the hammer part. but since it's all handmade, it sounds all different.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's the
interesting.
fun part too. Yeah.
Yeah. What made you want to start doing the handmade bells and stuff?
Bells? Well, my background is sculpting,
Okay.
so I wanna make something like really handmade.
I'm a physical therapist and I'm a bike fitter, and I wanted to be able to help all cyclists and help all bikes. And so therefore I would have to be able to kind of put a mountain bike on a trainer. I would have to put a cargo bike on a trainer, as well as a road bike, gravel bike, any of those bikes. So what ended up happening is that most of the trainers on the market, they didn't allow that to happen. So I kind of created this thing, what we call the Portland trainer, or excuse me, the Portland, our bike fit trainer stand. And basically what this allows us to do is take a bike with any tire size, any axle size, and any wheel size will fit in this. I think the largest bike I've had in here is about a 29er with a 3.5 width tire. So therefore, but like I said, we're starting to find that certain groups are really searching for these right now. There is people that really want to get their fat bikes on there to be able to do training for that. Bike shops are trying to kind of allow customers to try bikes before they buy them, so they can put a mountain bike, they could swap that to an e-bike, they could swap that to a cargo bike. Any of those will work on here. And so it was kind of this pet project that I created mostly just for bike fitting, and we sold a lot of those doing just for bike fitting. But now we're starting to see that there's a whole new market for this whole group of the boutique bike trainer business. But this thing will take pretty much any bike. It's rated to about 500 to 600 pounds, so we can take a lot of loads. We can take a lot of larger riders. We can help just such a great wider variety of riders to help them be comfortable and happy and doing whatever they want to do on their bike. So yeah.